Watch in disbelief as trained sharks turn on their trainer in a horrifying attack. See how Gabriela Vasquez fought for her life and the tough decisions made by the Animal Conservation Center in the aftermath. This is the shocking story of how Gabriela Vasquez was fatally mauled at an aquarium by the sharks. So let me tell you about Gabriela. She's a shark trader at an Animal Conservation Center and public aquarium in sunny Spain. And get this, her job involves training actual sharks. Now, you might be thinking, wait, sharks can't be trained, can they? But the truth is, just like dolphins, these fascinating creatures can be instructed and taught. The Animal Conservation Center and public aquarium where Gabriela works is a real hit with visitors, especially kids. They've got all sorts of fish species on display, including some impressive sharks. Gabriela is in charge of training 2 sand tiger sharks, Javier and Alonso. These sharks are generally chill, but they can get fierce if they feel threatened or agitated. Javier and Alonso have their private pad away from the hustle and bustle of the public aquarium. Visitors can swing by and see them up close when they chow down or get their training on with Gabriela. And let me tell you, these sharks are seriously impressive. Thanks to Gabriela's expertise, people always talk about how smart and well-trained they are. What's remarkable is that Javier and Alonso have different strengths when responding to their trainer. Javier's all about the music, while Alonso is more into shapes. Seeing them in action is amazing, and watching how responsive they are to Gabriela's commands is amazing. Experts in the field are also paying attention. They think trained sharks like Javier and Alonso could pave the way for a whole new era of shark-human relations. One day, Gabriela gets the news that Javier and Alonso will be the stars of a live shark feeding show the next day. She's over the moon. This is a chance to show off how well-trained and docile these sharks can be. On the day of the show, Gabriela shows up to work extra early to check on her finned friends. As the hours tick by, the crowds roll in, and excitement builds for the main event. Finally, it's time for Gabriela to take the stage. She stands on a platform surrounded by water in the enclosure and starts feeding Javier and Alonso with little fish and squid, showing off their tricks and commands. The people in the audience are blown away by how well the sharks follow Gabriela's lead. But then something strange happens. When Gabriela runs out of food, the sharks start acting weirdly. They're bumping into her platform and not following her commands like they usually do. The crowd starts to get confused and worried, but Gabriela doesn't panic. She thinks maybe the sharks are just hungry for more food, so she gives out another command. And to everyone's surprise, the sharks follow it perfectly. Gabriela breathes a sigh of relief, and the crowd goes wild with excitement once again. So, Gabriela was going about her business, getting ready to grab another food bucket, when suddenly she slipped and fell right into the water, landing on top of Alonso. The crowd of people watching were all gasping and shocked at what they saw. But things quickly went from bad to worse when Alonso got aggressive and started attacking Gabriela. It was terrifying for Gabriela because she was used to working with and swimming with these sharks. But she never expected them to turn on her like this. She tried to swim back to safety, but Alonso just wouldn't let go. He kept biting her arm over and over, and to make things even scarier, Javier started attacking her too, biting her leg. Gabriela was completely helpless and in agony. She screamed in pain as the 2 sharks continued tearing into her. The people watching had no idea what to do. They thought Gabriela had complete control over the situation, but it quickly became clear that these powerful animals were in charge. Luckily, some of the quick-thinking staff and other trainers rushed to the scene and were able to neutralize the sharks with tranquilizers. But the damage was already done. Gabriela was left with severe injuries, and everyone watching was shocked and disbelieving. So, after the terrifying attacks by Javier and Alonso, Gabriela was rushed to the hospital for treatment. She had severe injuries with deep bite wounds on her arm and leg. It was a tough road to recovery, and she struggled to walk for a while afterwards. Meanwhile, back at the Animal Conservation Center, the management team had some tough decisions to make. They had to figure out what to do with Javier and Alonso now that they had attacked their trainer. Some people suggested they be put down, while others thought they should be released back into the wild. The Conservation Center ended up putting the 2 sharks in a more secluded enclosure while they figured out the best course of action. It was a tough time for everyone involved, and the center temporarily closed its doors while they sorted things out. In the end, Gabriela survived the attack, but it was a painful and scary experience for her. And it shows how important it is to treat these wild animals with caution and respect. no matter how well trained they may seem. Remember, wild animals should always be treated with caution and respect, and it's important to continue learning how to coexist with them safely. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more shocking and informative stories like this. Thanks for watching.